Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the old family farm here in Farming Simulator 19 with Delores Flofflebotham and of course myself, CWATTYESO. In the last video, obviously I was getting a bit crazy with the plough and getting a bit ahead of myself. There are a couple of things I need to do today. We need to start cultivating a couple of fields. I think we need to cultivate a couple of fields. We may need to cultivate all the fields. We need to cultivate 8, 10 and 11. And we need to do field 1. That's an interesting question. I know we need to slurry spread fields 10 and 11, which is why I've got the 6M here with the slurry tanker built into it, or hooked up to it. I parked it there last night for a reason. Obviously we've got our new sheep pen over there, which doesn't yet have sheep, but we will be getting to sheep at some point. There are a couple of things we do need to do. Okay, so it is cultivated, right. That's fine then, that's cultivated, that's not a problem. All that means, for me, is that field isn't going to be like properly sort of fertilised and stuff. Horses look like they could do with some straw soon. I'm probably going to have to do that as well today. Neglecting the horses. What I think I may do as well, with the horses, when we've sold the next batch of horses, the ones that are currently in, shall we say, currently in production. Right, I'm going to use this with... And that's not right, that isn't. I think it's only 12 meters, this one. I'll leave it at 8. We might need to change that again in a minute. That works for me. That works for that. Right, I'm going to slurry spread today. Get these two fields done. I have kept them separate for the time being. And there is a reason for that. I don't know what the reason is. It slipped my mind at this moment in time. But yeah, there was a reason for keeping these two fields separate, instead of making one big, ginormously massive field out of them. It might be because of the trees. Which I felt because they're going to get in the way, look. Already I can tell the trees are going to get in the way. Not a big fan of that. So they're going to have to get chopped down at some point. Oh, press the wrong buttons, so I'm not slurry spreading. There. I think I have shortened it. I did put a little. I have shortened these fields just ever so slightly, not as you can see, kind of by the headland all the way around. So these fields have got a little bit smaller than they were when I bought them. But that's not going to be too much of an issue. We're not going to lose too much crop off of these two fields. I mean, at the end of the day, the two more extra fields, we're always going to get extra crop, aren't we? And especially as we've got that big field 1 now. And we've expanded field 5. We've merged 6 and 7. We've made that bigger. We've obviously got the unnumbered field next to field 3. We made field 3 bigger. So Delores has done well for herself. From where she started, she's definitely turned Grandpa's farm around. And will continue to do so. Like I say, we are going to get into sheep next. And as I was saying, the horses, once we've sold off the next batch of horses, I'm probably going to get rid of the horse pen. And I'm going to put a different horse pen on the map. One that's in a similar theme and style to the sheep pen that we've just placed. And I might even do the same with the pigs. I might get rid of the pigs and put a again, similar theme and style building on that matches the building types that we've currently got. I could do the same with the chickens as well, you know. I could get rid of that chicken pen. I know in the sort of latest version of this map that you can download from C&G modding on Facebook, they have made the chickens sort of free range, a bit like how they are on the Fenton Forest map that I'm also playing. But then the area where the chicken pen was is just kind of like been replaced with grass, bushes and a tree. And to me that feels like a little bit, I was looking at it yesterday, I was having a bit of a look at the new version of the map yesterday, see what changed and stuff, and they've added a few different buildings. If you remember when we started this map, we had like an easy shed at the top of field 3. Well, they've replaced that with an actual like wooden style vehicle shed. So the map is still definitely being tweaked. They've made a few changes to things as well. I think down here at the store, they've changed the diesel pumps, the gas pumps. They've put in some slightly more sort of retro, old-looking American style pumps. And that, yeah, definitely more olden style pump. Those are, those pumps are nice. Those pumps are definitely are still nice. They're still better than the sort of the modern gas pumps, which we've got as a placeable mod, didn't we? Which Giants released. But yeah, some of the, certainly from looking at the V2 map, some of the changes to it are very nice. I think if I had to pick one, maybe slight change I would like to maybe see. I do like, obviously, the small nature of the map, and obviously I've been enjoying playing this because it's a little bit smaller and a little bit more personal. When it comes to this as a series, compared to obviously some of the maps, which are really quite big. However, one of the things I do find with this map is that there is quite a lot of dead space on it. I know it's hard to cater for everybody when you're making maps. I imagine a map maker, from any map maker, it must be a nightmare, because obviously some people have certain things that they want from a map, other people want other things, and it's making sure you cater to obviously the wider audience. But if we pull up the map quickly, there's all this space on this map that's just kind of dead ground. I know, I mean, especially as the border kind of stops here and doesn't go into this area, and this is all like the forest area. What I would kind of like to see, maybe, and this is just me sort of spitballing and throwing things out a bit, is expand the map border all the way to the edge of this area, if you like. You know, put the forest into this area around here, or the forestry area. These areas converting, make into fields. Put more fields in this area, you know. Put fields, expand the, you know, these fields into this area and make them slightly bigger fields. You know, maybe put some fields in this area. You know, keep all this as like the forest area, like expand the map borders a bit. And, you know, generally just scale it up a little bit. You know, all the fields could be just scaled down. This whole sort of main section could be scaled up a bit then, just to make it a little bit bigger. It still keeps that kind of personal touch and feeling that this map has. That's one of the things I was kind of thinking to myself as I was playing this. Right, so we've done the slurry, in which case we may as well now sell the rest of this. So yeah, there's a few changes on this, on the version 2 of the map, because there's a tree in this area here. I'll say this is now this barn in front of me becomes like the chicken pen. The silo is still here, but for some reason when I loaded up the map, there was no walls on the silo, which is a bit weird. Is it in the garage? Is it a sellable item? Yeah. So in this map they've used the default one. In the version 2 of the map they've got their own old family farm silo, but for some reason the walls didn't load, and when I deleted what was in the map, in the garage, the tyres and the floor area still stayed there, but I couldn't really tell what else had been done. As I say, the chickens, they've been replaced with hedges and trees, because they're obviously free range in that shed. They have got a cow pen, a different cow pen. They're not using the standard Giants one anymore, but it's not quite as nice as this one. Some of the textures look a bit basic. The pig pen and the horse pen is still exactly the same. That's not changed in any way, shape or form. Hence why I felt changing them up a bit. Over here they've still got that like little farm buildy thing, but then again it's mostly just hedges and stuff here, hence why, and trees, which is why I've put obviously the hayloft here, although I now wish I'd placed a different hayloft, which would allow, again, look a lot better on this map. There is a much better, nicer looking hayloft. The silo's different in the V2 version of the map. It's got like a thing on, rather than having the platform, I mean that's just the standard Giants, obviously, silo placeable. They've made their own, which has like a pipe, has a little like hopper thing on the ground to tip into, and then when you come to unload again, it's got a series of pipes, and you kind of you're actually sort of, you fill up out here. It's got like a pipe thing and a thing. It's ever so weird. I may load up the V2 map just to show you some of the differences in that map, so you can see. Obviously down here where they've still got the farm storage, that broken down car and some rubbish heaps which I got rid of, and in this space instead I place another vehicle shed from the US mod pack thing, which I think works a lot better in this area. Make a little bit of money again from selling the slurry. This is the only place on the map you can sell slurry and manure, of course. I've had to place it myself, my little farm shop. Delores' little farm shop, where people can come and buy stuff directly from Delores. And again, I'll park the trailer over here, so it's kind of out the way. We have got 60,000 in the bank. Right, let's have a quick look at the animal situation before I start getting into cultivating and stuff. The chickens are okay. The pigs are reasonably okay. The horses do need a little bit more straw. Okay. If I go grab a trailer load of straw, I can do the horses and obviously go sort the pigs out as well. And if we've got any left in the trailer after doing that, sell it. Put it in the farm shop. So yeah, I might I don't know, I might change. We might do some changing of the animal situation on this map. I'm not even going to take a full trailer load this time, because I doubt we'll use it all. And I probably might get rid of that little chicken coop and put in a different chicken place altogether. And as I say, probably replace the horses even. I know, it sounds mad, doesn't it? It sounds absolutely bonkers that I'm thinking of doing such a thing. But I think it'll look quite nice. I really do. Doesn't offer me the ability to have more horses or anything. Okay, the horses didn't actually use that much straw. Yeah, I think it'll look nicer. Once I'm done, once we've made the changes, I think the horses will look a lot better. Right, so we're tipping out of the left side, aren't we? So I need to be this way on. And it's like the pigs here. And they didn't use all that much straw. You know what? I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to put this back in the straw loft. We've got enough money. I need to be getting on and doing some of the other things. And I appreciate as well that the time scale, it needs to be cranked up a bit, because it's a little bit on the slow side. It's only 7:30. And we want the day to go quite quickly, don't we? I must remember to turn that up a bit after I've been messing around. I had it cranked insanely fast when I was doing that ploughing, which is why it suddenly ended up being night time. And I was like, oh dear. But yeah, it'd be nice to get a few more of the sort of rustic, old family farmy style buildings from that American mod pack from Bernie SCS that I downloaded the other day. I think adding a few of them to this would look very, very nice. So I'm going to leave that part on here. Mate is going to do the cultivating, isn't he? So we could do with having the cedar on the go, I think. What's the field state? So single stage fertiliser at the minute. Right. That's not a problem then. That's not a problem. Right. Where's my friend? One of the things I was thinking of doing let's have a look. Cedars. Cedars. See, that's 6 meters, but unfortunately it doesn't fertilise. That requires 270 horsepower, but will fertilise. That equipment doesn't fertilise. 420. Ideally, I would like a smallish sized cedar. That doesn't require... That one does fertilising. But it's only 3 meters. I want something a little bit bigger. That's the one I've got. .4 meters. It's nothing. It's going to be pronto, isn't it? Really, that's the sort of next thing we're looking at then, probably. If we want something bigger scale. None of these do potatoes. Unless we get into the realms of what? Tempo by Stevie will enable me to do potato planting at 15,000 litres. Their beet harvesting. We probably need a planter. Let's see, potato cedar. There we go. $6 meters, right? Because we don't have any way of planting potatoes, so we're going to need one of them eventually. Anyway, we don't have. So the horse pronto is the next sort of logical upgrade in terms of a cedar stroke planter that can do fields a lot quicker. However, what we don't have, unfortunately, is a tractor that can pull that in terms of horsepower. Right, what I'm going to do, I know this sounds a bit crazy, I'm going to plant grass on that field 8. And for the first time in the series, I'm going to break my rule. I am actually going to hire a worker. I'm going to effectively hire a worker to come and basically plant grass for me. Because I'm too lazy to do it myself. Because I really want to get cultivating. Here's also the... So I'm hiring this nice little lady. I don't know who she is, don't know her name, but she's going to come and just do this field for me. And we'll pay her a little bit of money, hence why I'm not using the coarse blade to do it. Because, honestly, oh, bum flaps. I didn't mean to seed that field, did I? I wanted to cultivate it first. You nana. I got carried away, people. Yeah, we want to do east-west. Okay, this tractor's not loading that course properly. No, that's going to be north-south. What am I doing? You silly nana. Don't want that. We want east-west. No, it's not loading that course for some reason. Let's load a new course, right. Call it east-west working, create track, save track. Right, because we need to get this field cultivated. What I meant to do with the flipping worker was effectively start her off Why is it not loading the course? Come on, load a course for me. Wrong button. Don't want course play. East-west working. Oh, wait. Should be. I've got to change me key mapping. Okay, apologies everybody. I had to put a little bit of a cut in the video there because well, somebody kept setting the blooming dogs off, and they bark, and nobody in the house was shutting them up. So I've had to go downstairs and kick some ass. Because I do appreciate it can be annoying for people viewing the videos if there is background noise. Can't be much fun. I know on a lot of my videos you can hear the dogs in the background, and well, it's unfortunate. But I really do wish when there's two other people in the house, they would keep them quiet and not wind them up when I'm recording these videos. I kind of lost my train of thought now. I forgot where I was. Yeah, I didn't mean to start the worker over on field 8 because I wanted to cultivate first to change the the ground state like I'm doing now, so that when we ultimately seeded that field, it would be a 2-stage fertilisation. I meant to start her over on field 1. If I was going to hire a worker, I might as well get my money's worth and have them do the big field, or maybe start them off on like 3 or something like that, and let me do the seeding on the big field. I know I did talk about in either the last episode or episode 28 about possibly, now we are getting to the stage where we've got a few fields, or quite a few fields, we may need to look at starting to find a way to use workers or course play, maybe to do some different tasks, so we can have a couple of different, you know, things ongoing at the same time. Otherwise it takes quite a long time for me to be able to turn around these fields by myself. Obviously when we first started, the farm was small, we didn't have any money. Delores was a bit, you know, was very inexperienced when it came to farming and taking over from Grandad. We're now in a position where we've done quite well to get the farm up and running in a short space of time. We've learnt very quickly on the job what we need to do, and we're in a position now where we're doing well financially. You know, the crops we are producing and selling, you know, we're doing well. We borrowed a little bit of money from the bank just to buy these fields and make sure we'd got these fields, you know, fully snapped up. So Delores has got her land, but those are the things you have to do. But we're in a situation where obviously going forward from this point, with the fields we've got now, we're going to be producing a lot of crops, we're going to be making a lot of money. Delores can probably afford now to actually hire some people to come on and help her a little bit. Still obviously do a lot of the work herself. I mean, she's going to be very hands-on still, because that's the type of woman she is. She's not going to just sit back and become a farm manager, you know. But it would be nice to get a few farm hands to help us out with certain things, certain tasks. So we've got the seeding over there. I don't know whether Matey Boy's finished or what. I mean, you could hand a job like this over to a worker, really. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be done by Delores, but she can do it fairly quickly. As I say, getting to test out a new 6 metres cultivator. Like I say, it's not as quick. It's definitely not as quick as the power harrow. The power harrow is probably twice as fast as this thing. But it does. This has the extra 2 metres of working width, so I'm sure there's someone who can calculate whether or not this is more effective, more efficient at doing the field, or whether the power harrow is still the method we should be doing. Which is the quickest? The 6 metre cultivator or the 4 metre power harrow? Which is going to, you know, do the fields quicker? I think it's probably still the power harrow, based on speed. Pure speed. And even though it lacks 2 metres of working width, it can cover that area a lot faster than this does. But I don't know, I just kind of like the idea of having the 6 metre cultivator, and it works with the horsepowers obviously on our 2 tractors. well, all 4 of our tractors really, which are quite small in terms of actual capacity in that. Yeah, that's something we do need to kind of rectify, because we do need to get that slightly bigger tractor at some point, especially with the ability to push a mower of some sort. Because especially now as we're doing sheep, we're going to need grass. We're definitely going to need grass. Especially as that sheep pen doesn't allow you to use bales. Does not allow you to use bales to feed the animals. But it all has to be provided to them loose. So areas like this around our field where we've got the wild grass growing, it's going to be useful for us to be able to mow and collect that. Basically any farmland we've got where there's grass growing, the ability to mow it, collect it and use it to feed the animals, even giving it to the horses. Horses obviously need hay. We could ted it. Although, and again, that's one thing I will have to check before I get rid of the horse pen. I will need to check whether the new horse pen still allows you to use bales, or whether it's because it's from the same mod pack as the sheep pen. Is it going to limit me to using loose material only? If that's the case, I mean, there's certainly ways we can work around it. There are definitely ways we can work around that. There are obviously the animal mixing wagon. We could get one of those and just basically chuck hay bales into it and then break the bales up and then spit the hay bales out as loose material. There's that option for us. Could even get by the Vertimix wagon. And again, chuck bales into that. Bales of grass, bales of hay, bales of straw, and then obviously unload them loose. This field isn't... See, this field isn't even sized. I probably should have come down the edge of this with the subsoil a lot. The field's not straight. And I could have expanded it another row. Might do that next time we harvest, because the fields should be need to be the same size. They are cultivated. However, it's a little bit awkward down here because that sign does kind of get in the way a bit, especially when the field came to like here. But there's definitely, I reckon I need to put another strip with the subsoiler down here. Just expand this field out because they're not the same. They're not the same width, and this one could come out a touch too. I could also take out some trees. Right, so those fields are cultivated. Everything should be cultivated. So it's just a case now, we need to plant. We need to seed everything and get stuff growing. Which is going to take me quite a while. And I might spare you of that. And basically bring you lot back once I've done it. Because it is going to, there's no way around it. It's going to take me quite a while. And I'm going to park this 6-metre jobby in here with the power harrow. I'm starting to use this shed less and less for storing stuff, especially as the tools we use get bigger and bigger. Because, well, that's the way it goes. I've got the weeder in there, I've got the power harrow in yonder with the new cultivator. So in here we've got the fertiliser, the 3-metre sower, and I think now only the subsoiler. It's starting to get a little bit empty in there. Oh, right, so we'll pick the rear weight back up. Camera. It would help if I was pressing the right direction on the joypad to make the thing go where I want it to. Right, done. Right, so where's the John Deere got to? Okay, perfectly finished seeding. Thank you for that, worker. Well, I don't know. No, because this is a cultivating one. We can't use this for planting wild grass. Because I could have took that hedge out. Right, let's have a look and a think then. How are we going to do this? Right, first things first, we need to check the growth situation of everything. Oats are at 11 hours, so we could do with a field of oats, perhaps. Or a couple of fields of oats. How are we looking in the storage? Yeah, we definitely need some oats then. So that'll be the first crop we plant today. It'll be oats. Make it 5 meters. And we just need to shift the course. Right, I will make a start then on the planting of new crops on our fields. So thank you for watching this episode of the Old Family Farm here with Delores Flofflebotham and myself, CWATTYESO. Be sure to leave the like on the video and leave any questions, comments, suggestions or feedback in the section down below. And if you're not already a subscriber of the channel, please go ahead and click that button and feel free to check out the other videos on my channel. Even if Farming Simulator is not your thing, there is other video content on other games for you to have a look at. And if you are a big Farming Simulator fan, which is probably why you're watching this video, feel free to check out my Estancia Lapacho Let's Play and my current series Let's Play, Fenton Forest. For now, on the Old Family Farm, with CWATTYESO, myself, obviously, and Delores Flofflebotham here, it's goodbye for now.